Anytime that you have sample data and you're using your calculator, press the Stat button, go to Edit, and type in the data under a list. So because we have two different samples, I'm going to put the test scores using the courseware under L1, and then I will put the test scores not using the courseware under L2. Once you've typed in all of the data, here you can either go back to Stat and then go to Calc and use one variable stats, and you're going to repeat this twice to get the sample statistics for L1 and then do it again for L2. But you don't necessarily need to do that when you're doing a hypothesis test, because here we can go to, so I went back to Stat, Tests, and I'm going to choose two sample t-tests. So once I press that function, it's going to ask me if I want to put in the sample statistic stats, or do I have data? And since I have data, I'm going to use that as my input. And then notice that it defaults to L1 and L2. So if you have data saved in a different list, just use the second button and then press the correct list where your data is saved. Okay, leave the frequencies as 1 for frequency 1 and 2. Here, you're going to make sure that this matches up with the alternative hypothesis. So the alternative hypothesis is the claim that the mean for the population mean for test scores with the courseware is greater than the mean for the test scores without using the courseware. So make sure you press enter to highlight it. Always say no when it asks you if you want to pull your data. So we're going to say no because we don't know our population standard deviation values. And then go ahead and press calculate. And then here you will double check, always double check to make sure that the symbol for your alternative hypothesis matches up with what you wrote on your paper. And then here is our test statistic, 2.56, and our p-value of 0.082. Okay, now I'm going to pause for a second here, so you can pause the video and write down all these numbers. And then now let's go into Stat and go ahead and build the appropriate confidence interval. So I'm going to go back to Test, and then here I'm going to choose a 2 sample t interval, so 2 sample t interval. Again, for the input, choose data, and then you have to make sure that you choose the correct confidence level. So because our significance level is 0.05 and we have a one-tailed test, for the confidence level we're going to have to double alpha, so 2 times 0.05 is 0.10 or 10%. That means our confidence level is going to be 1 minus 0.1, or you can think of that as 100 minus 10%, which means I need a 90% confidence interval, or 0.9. Okay, again, when it says pool, say no, and then let's press calculate. You can see here that it gives us our confidence interval estimate for the difference of the two mean values to be as low as 2.378 and as high as 11.84. Okay, from here, watch the next video to see how you interpret the results of the 2 sample t-tests, as well as how to interpret the results of this 2 sample t interval.